Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to beat Archdemon Razikale in Dragon Age The Veilguard. This is part of the Seige of Weisshaupt mission, and it's actually a very large difficulty spike. Now, there's some weak points on the boss that we can hit, but your number one priority is actually avoiding as many attacks as possible, because it's a battle of longevity here. So, I skipped out the first two phases because those are a little bit easier, and by the time you get to the third phase, it's going to be a whole lot harder. So you can see the weak spots there. Whenever you hit them, it's going to have a purplish color there. And I would recommend going with as many attacks as you can from your team, especially the ones that you can detonate from. Like you can see there, we were able to detonate with the ability. So I would highly recommend having two companions that are able to do that. Now, you'll be able to knock the heads down here. There's 3 of them to deal with. But for the most part, it's avoiding a lot of their attacks and looking for the one that has the weak spot on them. So typically there's going to be one of them that's going to have the weak spot open that you can hit, so highly recommend going for that. And you can see one hit and my entire health bar is almost gone, so this fight is quite challenging. You want to stay mobile because they start to summon in a bunch of enemies too, which makes this fight a whole lot more challenging. So you got to be cognizant of 2 things at once here with the mobs that are appearing and the 3-headed dragon that is attacking. So it's best to try and focus again on staying alive. So whatever position you find yourself in that's going to be advantageous for you, I'd go with that. Even if it is better to get a weak spot off on the enemy, you want to focus on staying alive. So with this, use your spells smart and make sure that you don't use up all your mana, because you might need it for one of the attacks. So I would spam your attacks as much as possible, but for the most part, you want to save your exploding attacks so that you can hit it and get a critical hit off on it. So during this part of the fight, I recommend just using anything that you can overwhelm the enemy with. So I have Chain Lightning there. If you're playing as a warrior or a rogue, you may have different attacks that you'll be able to use here. But what's nice is the big brutes there will be able to actually attack the other enemies. So use your area of effect attacks if you can to be able to hit multiple of them at a time, and just take out the ads, because the boss won't come back until you take care of all of these. You should hopefully have your ultimate ready. I also like doing the sprinting attack because that actually hits in quite a huge area and hits quite hard too. So you can do that and you're pretty safe to not get hit while doing it. Now, the best trick is to save your ultimate for when they come back, and by this point in the fight you should be able to hit this off and hopefully get it on a critical point, because you can see it does a ton of damage and we're able to fully wipe out their health bar there. So this makes this fight a whole lot easier, but that's how you can easily beat Archdemon Razikale in Dragon Age Veilguard. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below.